In the last video, we covered very clearly about types of variables. Okay, sir, here we discussed about the instance variables, instance variables, where we have to declare instance variables, how we can access instance variables, how we can update, next how we can delete instance variables we covered already. Okay, like next how we can, sir, declare static variables, how we can declare static variables. Next how to access static variables by using, so how we can access a static variable. Next where we can modify static variables, how we can modify static variables, like we covered multiple examples for you people, right? Okay, next even how to delete the static variables we didn't discuss, I hope we remember, right? So we can declare static variables by using class name or cls variable. We can access the static variables by using, sir, class name, cls, self object reference. Next if you want to update static variable, have you remembered, right? Only class name you can use, or cls variable we can use, that's all, sir. By using object reference or by using self, we can't update the value. By mistake, if you are trying to update by using self or by using object reference, a new instance variable will be added to the object. Have you remembered, right? Yes, these examples we covered already, I hope. Any doubt about this one? Please respond. Any doubt about this one? Clear, right? Okay, even multiple examples we covered, right? Okay, well, next how to delete static variables, how to delete static variables, static variables of a class. Okay, so now take a bit very special care. Okay, so to delete the static variables, to delete the static variables, sir, what we require to use, which syntax we require to use is, sir, anywhere, sir, within the class or outside of the class, we can use class name dot variable name, class name dot variable name, anywhere class name dot variable name we require to use. Okay, like sir, next if we are using, if we are using within the class method, okay, for within the class method we can use cls variable also. Have you observed? Cls variable is there. By using that we can delete, sir. What is the syntax for that we require to use? Del class name dot variable name. Next sir, here del cls dot variable name you require to use. So if you want to delete static variable, sir, what is the syntax we require to follow? This is what you people should aware. Any doubt? Please confirm. Yes, friends, are you in the position to understand, right? Okay, just because how we can perform updation, the same way we have to perform deletion also. Okay, like sir, now here let me go for a small chota example so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Okay, here just have a look once. Okay, now my requirement is just observe carefully, right? Okay, here I'm taking class test. Sir, a is equal to 10 I'm taking. Can you please confirm a is equal to 10? What is this variable? Please respond. I don't know, I forgot, because there is some gap. I don't know what is this variable. Can you please confirm? A is equal to 10. So within the class, if we declare any variable, compulsory it should be static variable, right? Now here I'm taking at the rate class method, I'm taking, sir, def m1 of cls, because for class method cls is always there. Okay, now I'm trying to take del cls dot a, del cls dot a, like sir. Now print test dot underscore dict underscore. Can you please confirm what is the output we are going to get? Please respond. Yes, what is the output we are going to get in this case? Yes, how many static variables are there? One static variable. One static variable. Of course, one static variable is there because you didn't call M1. You didn't call M1. That's why that static variable won't be deleted. Have you remembered? Okay. A is equal to 10 is there. Okay. A is equal to 10 is there. Yes, you are saying A is equal to 10. Okay. Well, now here let me call, okay, here just a test dot m1 method I'm calling. Test dot m1 method I'm calling. Sir, can you please observe that you never going to see anywhere, you never going to see anywhere, okay, a is equal to 10, sir, because we deleted already. Yes, whenever you are calling m1, del cls dot a itself is we deleted already, right? Okay. Now here, that's all. This is how you can delete. Even by using class name also we can delete that. Even by using class name also we can delete. There is no problem at all. Yes, please take a bit very special care about this terminology, right? Okay. Well, sir, now my question is, observe carefully, right? Now my question, let me go for one more example so that you people will get much clarity about this one. Here, what's my next example here is, listen carefully. Sir, I'm taking class test. Okay. Here, see a bit very carefully about this one. A is equal to 10. Def underscore init of self I'm taking. Sir, underscore init of self I'm trying to take. Here, test dot b is equal to test dot b is equal to 20. I'm trying to take del test dot a. Okay. Here I'm trying to take. Next, del, sir, here just there m1 I'm taking self I'm trying to take test dot c is equal to 30 del test dot b, del test dot b. Okay, like next, at the rate class method I'm taking, at the rate, this is the class method I'm taking. Def m2 of cls I'm trying to take. M2 of cls. Sir, cls dot d is equal to 40. Sir, del test dot c. Here, observe carefully. Next term, at the rate static method I'm trying to take. At the rate static method I'm taking. Def at the rate static method. Def. Okay. Now m3 I'm trying to take. Def m3 I'm trying to take. Test dot e is equal to 50 I'm taking. Test dot e is equal to 50 del test dot d. Okay, like now here take a bit very special case, sir. Print test dot underscore dict underscore. Can you please confirm, because of this code, how many variables, how many static variables will be there? Please confirm. How many static variables are there? Only one. Which static variable? A is equal to 10. Because you didn't create an object, that's why it won't execute. You didn't call m1, you didn't call m2, you didn't call m3. That's why only A is equal to 10 by default will be there. Now observe, now have a look once. Sir, A is equal to 10. Have you observed? A is equal to 10 by default there. Okay, like A is equal to 10 is there. Okay, well, now my question is, observe a bit very carefully about this terminology, right? A is equal to 10 is there. Okay, like now my next, suppose if I'm giving the chance to execute this. Yes, sir, here t is equal to test I'm taking, sir. T is equal to test I'm trying to take. If I'm giving the chance to execute constructor, can you please tell what will happen in this case? Respond. If I'm giving the chance to execute this constructor, what will happen? Tester dot b is equal to 20 del tester dot a. Tester dot b is equal to 20. A new static variable will be created, but a will be deleted. Have you observed? A new static variable created, but a will be deleted. Now b is equal to 20 is there. Are you seeing anywhere b is equal to 20? Yes. Yes, sir. A is equal to 10 by default gone. A is equal to 10 by default gone. Only B is equal to 20 is there. Excellent. Now T dot M1 I'm calling. Okay, it is the instance method. It is the instance method. I'm calling M1. Can you please tell what will happen? A new static variable will be created, but existing static variable will be deleted. Now only C is equal to 30 by default will be there. Have you observed? C is equal to 30, B is equal to 20 by default gone. Okay, observe. Suppose if I'm calling this method also, okay, test dot m2 method. Now C variable deleted, but the D will be created. Now observe, C variable deleted, but the D will be created. Okay. Now if I call test dot m3, test dot m3, can you please confirm what will happen, sir? E will be there, D will be gone. Yes. Are you in the position to understand, right? How you can delete a static variable? Various places. Next, here I'm taking tested dot f is equal to tested dot f is equal to 60. I'm taking, sir. 60 I'm taking. Then how many static variables are there? Can you please confirm now? Now how many static variables are there? Two variables are there. Two variables are there. E and F. E and F. Now observe. E and F is there. Okay, like here I want to delete E. Del test dot E. Del test dot E. Automatically, sir, E variable by default deleted. Only we have F. Yeah. Perfect. Clear, right? Okay, so there is one problem I want to explain. I want to explain, sir. Here my requirement is, yeah, Ramesh, we covered already this one. So whenever you are calling, so this variable will be created at the time of class loading. The remaining things will be created whenever we are calling. That's why this variable will come at the beginning in the dictionary, but all the remaining available explicitly. That's why maybe coming at last. Okay, in the last session someone asked the same doubt. Okay, well, now I have one small doubt, sir. Very important doubt. Here, see this one. Sir, here, how many static variables are there? Can you please confirm? How many static variables are there at this point of time? Only one static variable, F. Sir, del T1 dot F I'm taking. Can you please confirm? Is it acceptable or not? Del T1 dot F. So no chance at all, because whenever you are talking like this, it is always going to refer instance variable only. If you want to delete the static variable, compulsory we require to use either CLS or otherwise class name. Here what will happen? There is no such type of attribute for a T1. There is no such type of attribute for a T1. Name T1 is, sorry, name T dot F. T is already there. T is already there. Already there. For T, there is no such type of, okay, attribute error F. Have you observed? Attribute error F, like we are going to get. Array, there is no such type of attribute on T. Okay, like it's going to tell. So compulsory, if you want to delete static variable, compulsory we require to use del class name dot variable name or del CLS dot variable name. There is no chance at all. Okay, so now take a bit special care. How to declare static variables? How to declare static variables? Static variables. Sir, can you please tell? Within the class, directly, directly, directly. Inside, okay, inside the class method, either by using CLS or class name. Next, remaining places by using class name. by using class name. Okay, any doubt? Can you please observe? Within the class directly you can declare static variable. Inside class method you have CLS facility is also there, either CLS or class name. Next, in the remaining places by using class name you can do that. Okay, well, next, how to access a static variable? How to access a static variable? Sir, have you remembered static variables we can access? Static variable we can access either by using class name or CLS or self or object reference. Remember this one. To get the value, even you can use a self and object reference also. Okay, like, next, how to access a static variable? Okay, next, how to update static variable? How to update static variable? Compulsory we require to use either class name or CLS variable. Next, how to delete the static variable? How to delete the static variable? Sir, compulsory we require to use either class name or CLS. Okay, very very important, sir. we can't update we can't update or delete static variable by using self r object reference. That's it. CLS variable outside of class method you can't use. CLS variable is available only within the class method only. Make sure you should aware, Sandeep. Okay, that's it. So this is the story about static variables. We covered very clearly how you can declare, how you can access, how to update, how to delete static variables, right? Next, there is one small point I have to highlight for you people, right? Of course, we discussed already this one. Instance variable, versus static variable. Static variable. Do you know, in the case of instance variable, how you can access instance variable? By using respond. How we can access instance variable? By using object reference or by using self. But here one, what is the main difference between instance variable and static variable? In the case of instance variable, for every object a separate copy will be created. A separate copy will be created. But in the case of static variable, static variable, okay, only one copy will be created. Only one copy will be created at class level. And yeah, only one copy will be created at class level and shared by every object. Only one copy will be created at class level and can be shared by every object of that class. Every object of that class. Sir, please make sure static variable only one copy will be created, but instance variable a separate copy by default will be created. Okay, like, sir, now let me go for a small example, because we know already this concept in the last I covered already, right? Because maybe a chance to ask in the interview room, that's why I'm covering this point, sir. Especially here, just observe class test I'm trying to take. Class test, a is equal to 777, at the rate class method, def m1 of cls, def m1 of cls, cls dot a is equal to 888. I'm trying to take. Okay, now observe that, sir. At the rate static method, static method I'm trying to take, at the rate static method. Okay, 1 minute. Sorry, it is not example. 1 minute. Okay, sorry, it is not 1 minute. X is equal to 10. I'm taking same concept only, don't worry. Okay, init self self dot y is equal to 20. Sir, can you please tell what is the x and what is y? X is a static variable, y is instance variable. X is the static variable, y is instance variable. T1 is equal to test I'm taking. T2 is equal to test I'm trying to take. T1 is equal to test, T2 is equal to test. Sir, print T1 data. Okay, T1 data, T1 dot x, comma T1 dot y, T1 dot y. Next, T2, T2, T2 dot x, T2 dot y, T2 dot x, T2 dot y. Now, tester dot x is equal to 888. T1 dot y is equal to 999. I'm taking, sir. Now, can you please print yes, sir, this data? Yes, we discussed already this type of examples, so don't worry. Can you please tell what is the answer we are going to get? Yes, friends. What is the answer we are going to get? Yeah. So now at this time you should not tell wrong answer, because already we discussed multiple examples with the same terminology. Okay, you should not tell wrong answer at this stage. Yeah. Okay. Very simple. Very simple, sir. Here very simple. X is equal to 10. Static variable will be created first. That's why x is equal to 10 got created. Okay, listen carefully. This static variable created first. Next, I'm creating an object. Whenever you are creating an object, sir, constructor will execute, instance variable will be created. This is the T1, this is the T2. Assume that, sir, it is a T1, it is a T2. Okay, T1 and a T2. Okay, now, sir, for every object, a separate copy of instance variable will be created. Y is equal to 20, y is equal to 20. Now, have you observed how many copies of x are created? Can you please confirm? How many copies of x are created? Only one copy, because it is a static variable. Even though you created multiple objects, but x is only one copy is there. How many copies of y created? Two copies, because two objects are there. Two objects are there. That's why. Sir, T1 dot x, T1 dot y. So T1 dot x, first priority will goes to instance variable. Instance variable is not there. So then you can access a static variable by using object reference. So T1 dot x means 1020. Okay, T1 dot x, T1 dot y means 1020. Next, T2 dot x, T2 dot y. T2 also not having static variable, not having instance variable x. That's why it is bringing like a 1020. Okay, that's it. Is it clear? So 1020. Next, tester dot x is equal to 888. Sir, we are trying to modify the value of static variable, because the reason is a user class name. Now this x will become 888. Okay. Next, T1 dot y is equal to 999. Oh, T1 related instance variable 999. Here observe, if you perform any change to the static variable, that change will be reflected for all objects. But if you perform any change to the instance variable, that change will be reflected only for that particular object, not for the remaining objects, because for every object separate copy is there. Correct, right? By using object reference, if we perform change, sir, if you perform any change to the static variable, that change will be reflected for every object. But if you perform any change to the instance variable, that change will be reflected only for that particular object, but not for the remaining objects. Okay, Pritham, clear, right? Are you feeling comfortable? Yes. Now T1 dot X, T1 dot Y, T1 dot X. What is the answer we are going to get? Sir, now 888, 888, 20. Sorry, 888, 999, 888, 999. Next, T2 dot X, T2 dot Y, 888, 20 is the answer we are going to get. That's all. So, best example to understand what is the difference between instance variable and static variable. What is the behavior? Any doubt? Respond. 1020, 1020, 888, 999, 888, 20. That's it. Okay. So, next up to this, we performed a postmortem about static variables and the instance variables, right? There is a third category of variables are there. Anyone, can you please answer? Which what such type of variables, right? Local variables. Correct? Local variables are there. Okay. I told already, sometimes to meet the temporary requirements of a programmer, we can declare variables. We can declare variables inside a method. Inside a method, we can declare variables inside a method directly inside a method directly, because inside a method you can take self.x, you can take cls.y, or you can take test.y, and so on. But I don't want. Directly we can declare variables inside a method directly to meet the temporary requirements of a programmer. Such type of variables are called local variables or method level variables, or temporary variables. Okay, temporary variables. That's all. This is what you should aware. Local variable, method level variable, or temporary variables. Okay, sir, when the local variables will be created, sir, just observe carefully. Def m1 of self I'm taking, sir. Of self I'm trying to take. Sir, a is equal to 100. Print a. What is this variable? Can you please confirm? Can you please confirm what is this variable? It is the local variable, because if you use self dot a, it will become instance variable. If you use test.a, it will become static variable. But inside a method, I declare directly. This variable is called local variable. Okay, like similarly, def m2 of self I'm trying to take, b is equal to 200, print of b. B is equal to 200, print of b. Like this I'm taking, sir. Sir, now t is equal to test. T is equal to test. Sir, t dot m1, t dot m2. Can you please confirm what is the output we are going to get in this case? Please respond. What the answer we are going to get? Sir, if I call m1, automatically 100. If I call m2, automatically 200. Perfect. Perfect. There is no problem at all. So these variables are called local variable. When the local variable will be created, sir? Now listen, scope. Whenever you are calling a method, local variable will be created and you can use. Once this method execution complete, automatically local variable by default will be gone. Okay, you can't access this local variable outside of the method. Remember this one, sir. You can't access this local variable outside of the method. Sir, suppose here I'm trying to take inside method m2, I'm trying to access a. I'm trying to access local variable of m1. Here I'm accessing, sir. Can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Because the reason for that, I told already. Once the method execution completes, automatically local variable will be deleted. Local variable will be destroyed. Now observe that. What the problem you are getting, sir? Name error. Name A is not defined. Name error. Name A is not defined. Remember this one. The variables which are declared inside a method, these variables are not available outside of this method. That's what you should aware. Any explanation is required? But if you observe, assume that it is a static variable, sir. Static variable. Is it accessible or not? Can you please confirm? Is it accessible or not? If it is a static variable, acceptable or not? Yes, yes. There is no problem at all, sir. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Tester dot. Yes. What is the problem with that? Is it acceptable, right? Yeah. Here directly you can't access. The problem is here. Test dot a, because static variable, right? Static variable you can access by using class name. Now observe. Perfect. Is it working or not? Perfect. It's working. No problem at all. Suppose if it is instance variable. If it is instance variable. Can you please confirm? Is it acceptable or not? Yes. Why not? Why not? Perfect. It is acceptable. So if it is the local variable, sorry, you can't access local variable immediately. Immediately you are going to get error. Observe. So here just three important points you should aware. Name error. A is not defined. So the first point, the variables which are declared inside a method directly to meet the temporary requirements of programmer. Such type of methods are called local variables. Such type of variables are called local variables. Local variables are method level variables or temporary variables, right? Okay, like next. So when these local variables will be created, local variables will be created. Local variables will be created at the time of method execution and destroyed at the time destroyed once method completes. Once a method complete, automatically it will be destroyed. Okay. Next, local variables of a method cannot be accessed from outside of the method. Okay. Local variables of the method cannot be accessed from outside of the method. From outside of the, okay, method. That's it. Clear, right? Are you feeling comfortable? Okay. So how many types of variables are there inside the Python class? Anyone, can you please confirm? How many types of variables are there within the Python class? Okay, three variables: instance variable, static variable, local variable. Instance variables are object level variable. Static variables are class level variables. Local variables are method level variables. Clear, right? Okay, well, sir, now let me go for a small mini application so that you can get much clarity about this terminology, right? Yes. What is that? Naren, delete local variable with once a method completes, automatically it will be deleted. We are not required to delete, Shubham, because it's the temporary data. Okay. Yeah. Now here see this terminology, right? Okay, a small application. Okay, we have to take care. Okay, like, is there anything like a rollback in Python? So where you heard about this rollback? Maybe in the multi-threading database, Rohit. Okay, maybe. Yeah, database, it will be there. Something like our transactions, if you are going to use rollback the transaction, not succeeded, something like. maybe database terminology. Okay. So now here just to take a bit special care. I want to take a small bank application. I want to take, sir. Listen carefully. Within the bank, multiple customers are there. Correct, right? Multiple customers. Multiple customers are there. Okay, like within the bank, multiple customers are there. Now, sir, customer name, customer name. Okay. Next, the customer balance. These two things are varied from customer to customer. Correct, right? Customer to customer, these two things are going to be varied. So if these are varied from customer to customer, I can use the word these variables should be instance variables. The values, customer name, account number, balance, all these things are varied from customer to customer, instance variable. Now bank name I'm taking, sir. Bank name. Okay, if I use bank name, it is the same for all customers. That's why, can I use the word it is a static variable or not? Yes, it is a static variable. Okay, like next, sorry, customer can perform which operations? Customer can perform which operations he can perform? Either deposit operation, either deposit operation, or otherwise withdraw operation. Withdraw operation. Like he can perform deposit operation, withdraw operation, something like that. Okay. Now my requirement is, sir, let me go for a small example. Okay, to demonstrate these things, so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Okay, here just observe up to our knowledge. Let me implement this one. Class customer, I'm trying to take class customer. Okay, so customer class with the bank operations, something like, if you want you can take customer class to describe bank operations, something like I took, sir. Okay, like now my question here is, okay, bank name bank name is equal to, sir, can I take just Durga Bank, like I'm taking, sir? Can I use the word, is it static variable or not? Because for all customers bank name is always same. For all customers bank name is always the same. Okay. Next, def underscore init underscore self. Okay, self. So I want to create customer object. Name must be required. Name must be required. Name must be required. Next, balance. Okay, assume that balance, default value 0.0 I'm trying to take. Okay, balance, default value 0.0 I'm trying to take. Okay, well, self dot name is equal to name, self dot balance is equal to balance. Okay, self dot balance is equal to balance. Okay, like I'm taking, sir. Here see, if you are not passing balance variable, can you please tell which value is going to be considered? If we are not passing balance variable, can you please confirm which value will be considered? 0.0. 0.0 itself is considered as default value. Default value, right? Okay, well, I'm taking. So this is just the constructor to create customer object. Okay. Now my requirement is, so def deposit operation I want to call. Deposit operation, self comma amount. How much amount you want to deposit? Okay, amount I have to pass. Now in the case of deposit operation, what I have to take is self dot balance is equal to self dot balance plus amount. Correct, right? If you are trying to deposit with some amount, this amount will be added to balance. Okay, now here I'm trying to take print balance, print balance of after deposit balance, after deposit self dot balance. Wow. So first method completed, right? Deposit operation I implemented. Sir, similarly, yeah, can we use a return statement in methods? Yes, we can. Same as the function. Okay. Next, def, def I'm taking withdraw. Def I'm trying to take withdraw of self, withdraw of self, comma, amount, like this I'm taking, sir. So deposit operation, whatever amount, happily you can add. But withdraw operation, we require to take a bit special care. We have to take a bit special care. What that is? So compulsory requested amount should be less than or equal to available balance. Remember this one, sir. Should be less than or equal to available balance. Balance. Okay. Now, if amount greater than self dot balance, okay, if amount greater than self dot balance, can you please tell what I have to do? Can I perform this withdraw operation? If amount requested amount is greater than available balance, greater than available balance, can I perform this one? So no, print insufficient funds, print insufficient funds, okay, can't perform this operation, can't perform this operation, okay, like, sir, after this what I want to do is I don't want to continue further, stop, that's all. Okay, so if you want to stop the program execution in the middle, any point of time, what you require to use is excellent, we use up to this break statement, like, but please make sure break statement can be used to break loop execution, can be used to break loop execution. Okay, next, return we can use to return, okay, this method without continue further, without continue further. Okay, if you want to stop, the program itself, oi, jvm, or python virtual machine, can you please shut down, can you please shut down? How I can tell, that, can you please shut down, how I can tell that is sys module contain, there is a method is there, exit. Okay, system, can you please exit, no further execution. Okay, this is even in java system dot exit of 0, like we have, right? Here also sys dot exit, happily sir my program is going to be stopped. Okay, like, but now import sys must be required because I'm using sys module, that's why compulsory we require to use okay, sys. Are you feeling comfortable? So how you can stop Python virtual machine execution in the middle of the program? Happily, you can use sys. Feeling comfortable? Break statement can be used to break loop execution. Where is the loop? Ramnarayan, where is the loop? Break can be used to break loop execution. But do you have any loop here? Where is the while loop or for loop, something like? Okay. Next, what is this line number 14? Okay, who is asking this one? Narendra, have you ever performed bank operation withdraw? What there inside this line? Why you are feeling difficulty? Suppose in your account 10,000 rupees is there, but you requested to withdraw 15,000 rupees. What will happen? This is the requested amount. If the requested amount greater than self dot balance, greater than available balance, what we have to do. You can't proceed this one. Getting Narendra? Okay, next, sir, still the control is coming to this line. Okay, line number 17. When the control will comes to line number 17, can you please confirm? If sys dot exit is not executed, sys dot execute not executed, sys dot exit not executed, then only. So sys dot exit not executed means this condition fails. Okay, if this condition fails, then only it will be executed. Right now directly you can write the logic. Okay, so if the control is coming to line number 17 means okay, at the top the condition fails, sys dot exit not executed, then only the control will comes to this line. Okay, even you are not required to use else also, directly we can write the code. Self dot balance is equal to self dot balance minus sir requested amount, because withdraw operation is trying to do, right? So print balance after withdraw, balance after withdraw. Okay, like balance after withdraw, self dot balance, like I'm trying to take. That's all. So here just observe carefully, right? This is the deposit operation, this is the withdraw operation. Okay, like I'm trying to take. Okay, well, sir, now what is the next operation, sir? Okay, that's all. Assume that this is my customer. Okay, every customer having the name and the balance, every customer can perform deposit operation, withdraw operation. Okay, like next one, static variable is there, two instance variables are there, two instance methods are there. Okay, any doubt up to this? Feeling comfortable? Okay, this is my customer class. Okay, now let me write my main code. Print welcome to, okay, welcome to sir so and so bank. I have to tell welcome to, okay, like welcome to so and so bank. Okay, already there. Just welcome to, here I'm trying to tell how I can access bank name. Can you please confirm? Can you please confirm how I can access bank name? Customer dot bank name. Customer dot bank name. Correct, right? Because it is a static variable. It is a static variable. Welcome to sir so and so bank. Okay. Name is equal to input enter your name. Enter your name, because I want to create an account object. Account object, right? Okay, name is equal to enter like now let me create customer object. Let me create customer object with this name, because balance default value for the balance is the 0.0. That's fine. So c is equal to customer, c is equal to customer of name. Okay, like sir, only name is enough. You are not required to pass the balance value, because the default value for balance is 0.0. Okay, like any doubt? Respond. Are you feeling comfortable? Okay, well, I created customer object. Now while true, how many times this loop is going to be executed? Infinite number of times. Correct, right? Infinite number of times it's going to be executed while true. Okay, like sir, print now I'm taking which operations we can perform. Can you please confirm? Yes, while true, which operations a customer can perform? Deposit operation, withdraw operation, exit operation. Okay, assume that exit. Okay, sir, d d for deposit, d for deposit. Okay, can you please perform d for deposit? Okay, like next sir, backslash n. Okay, w for withdraw operation, w for withdraw operation. Okay, backslash n, backslash n. Okay, sir, e for exit operation, e for exit operation. Can you please select like, yes friend, what is the meaning of this one? So D for deposit, it's going to print. And then why I'm taking in the middle backslash m? Please confirm. So that this line will come in the next line. This line will come in the next line. Next, this line, this data will come in the new line. That's what. While true, like this, right? Okay. Now, sir, option is equal to, input of choose your option. Choose your option. Okay, choose your option, because I showed already options. Choose your option. Okay, well, next, if option is equal to d, if option is equal to d, or option is equal to d. Okay, like d, like, sir, what is the meaning of this one? Can you please confirm? If option is the D, he choose either lowercase or uppercase, no problem at all. If he choose lowercase or uppercase, then which thing he has to call? Deposit. But to call deposit, compulsory amount must be required or not? How much amount you want to deposit? How much amount you want to deposit? Okay, like you have to enter. Yes, what I'm trying to take. So amount is equal to input of enter amount to deposit. Enter amount to deposit. Okay, like I'm trying to take now. So he provided amount. With this amount on this customer object, we have to call deposit. Okay, see, on this customer object, can you please call deposit by passing this amount value? So do you know, whatever amount you are passing, now this amount will become, sir, for this AMT variable. It's the local variable. AMT itself is the local variable. Now this amount will be added to the current object balance variable. Clear? But make sure this amount you are trying to perform which operations are mathematical operation like, that's why. So please make sure amount you require to typecast to the float type. Yeah. Can you please confirm? Any doubt about this one? So we implemented deposit operation. Okay, like now here just observe, if sir, here if option is a D we are taking, sir, elif option is equal to, sir, W, or option is equal to W, capital W. Okay, you choose either small w or capital W. What I have to do? So we have to call withdraw. But to call withdraw, again it's expecting amount. Okay. Now here just the amount is equal to float of input of enter amount to withdraw. Enter amount to withdraw. Withdraw, like I'm trying to take. Enter amount to withdraw, like. Now here what I'm trying to take is, okay, enter amount to withdraw. Let me call this a withdraw method. Okay, now C dot withdraw with this amount. Okay, now withdraw method is going to take care, yes, is sir, sufficient funds are available or not. If sufficient funds are not available, then automatically you can do like this thing, you can take care. Yes. Clear, right? Yeah. Someone is asking about this question. Can you please confirm? What is this question is, sir, after exit, we can display current available balance and then we will ask want to perform transaction or quit. If yes, yellow to do the transaction further. Yes, we can do that. Don't worry. So yeah, here that's all. This is about okay, like next someone is asking, sir, why you are writing these two lines? Why you are writing these two options? If option dot lower is equal to D, like you can write yes, it is also acceptable. Okay, whether capital D or small d, convert into lowercase and then perform comparison, it is also acceptable. Clear, right? Okay, well, sir, now here just what is my next thing, sir? Elif, sir, option is equal to, option is equal to, let me take that option is equal to E. Option dot lower is equal to E. Can I use this one, either small e or capital E? No problem at all. Sir, now if the option is equal to E, oh, you are not required. You are not required to continue. You are not required to continue. So just can you please exit? Okay. So print. Thanks for banking. Thanks for banking. Next, exit. Sys dot exit I can use. Correct, right? Now it is going to be exit. Okay, like so we implemented option for deposit, we implemented option for withdraw, we implemented option for exit, like. Now my question is, sir, else boss, else it is not D, it is not W, it is not E, means invalid option. Invalid option. Invalid option. Please choose valid option. Print invalid option. Invalid option. Please choose correct option. Please choose correct option. Okay, like that's it. Now, so because you are in the while loop, already you are in the while loop, infinite loop, automatically, yes, sir, this one is going to be continued again. That's it. Clear, right? So we are creating a customer object and we are performing, so deposit operation, withdraw operation, all these things. Sir, how many customer objects we are creating? Only one customer object. Okay, on the same customer object only we are performing all these operations. So that's why, so balance variable will be preserved throughout our operations. For all operations, balance will be preserved because it is sir, on single object only we are performing all these things. Okay, because after 2 times I want to perform deposit operation, 3 times I want to perform withdraw operation. That's why I used this infinite loop. When it will be stopped, sir? When it will be stopped? Whenever you are choosing E. Whenever you are choosing E, then only it will be stopped. Okay. Now observe. Have a look once. So the cinema, this is just a class declaration. The cinema will start from here. Here, welcome to customer.bank name. Welcome to Durga Bank. Enter name. Sir, customer object will be created. Okay. Now which operation you want to perform? Now which operation you want to perform? Like it is keep on asking. Okay. Now observe carefully. Welcome to Durga Bank. Enter your name. Assume that Sunny. Okay. Now immediately it is showing D for deposit, W for withdraw, E for exit. choose your option, choose your option. Now, and now D I'm taking, sir. D I'm taking. Enter amount to deposit 10,000. Okay, like sir, have you observed? Balance after deposit 10,000. Okay, now perfect. It's a balance. So deposit operation working. Again, it is asking for choose your option. Again, deposit operation I want to take. Now this time 2,000 like this I took, sir. Now observe that balance after deposit, sir, 12,000. Earlier 10,000 already there, plus 2,000, 12,000. Is it working? Hey, observe deposit operation. Is it working properly or not? Yes, it's sir, withdraw operation. Withdraw operation. Okay, W. Now I want to withdraw 1 rupee. I want to withdraw 1 rupee. 1 rupee like now observe balance after withdraw 11,999 rupees. Okay, 11,999 rupees. Okay, like now enter. So balance. I mean option. W option I'm trying to take. Okay, W option I'm trying to take. Enter the amount to withdraw 10,000 like this I'm trying to take. So after balance after withdraw 1,999 is there. Okay, like choose your option. Okay, sir, here I'm taking X option. Can you please tell what will happen? Can you please confirm what will happen? Choose your option. By mistake, I choose the X option. X option means what it's going to do is invalid option. Invalid option. Please choose correct option. Again, these options will be printed. Sir, here I have observed invalid option. Please choose correct option. D W E like now, sir. Here my requirement is W only, withdraw only. Sir, I want to withdraw 2,000 rupees. Is it possible or not possible? Can you please confirm? Is it possible or not possible? Not possible. Not possible because in my balance in my account balance is 1,999. Sorry, 2,000 you are asking. Sorry, I can't continue further. Stop. Like now have a look once. Insufficient funds can't perform this operation. Getting okay. That's it. This is how beautiful this example. Okay, just to get the basic idea, because for this you can add some extra functionality and so on full-fledged example you can do that. So my intention is okay how you can create what about instance variable, static variable, such a difference you have to get. Okay, now here just observe that enter your name, surname. Next, can you please perform to withdraw? Okay, deposit, withdraw, exit like I'm trying to take. So here choose your option. Choose your option. Deposit operation. Okay, 10,000 I'm taking. Yes, well, sir, choose your option. Choose your option. Okay, what I have to take is sir exit E. Then it will be stopped. Thanks for banking. Like E option, exit option is also working properly. Okay, that's what you people what you should aware to withdraw. Sir, multiples of 500. So this is how we can perform withdraw operation, right? Any doubt? Okay, like sir, someone is asking to withdraw multiples of 500. What is the code I have to take to withdraw multiples of 500? Okay, like what I have to do, sir? Very simple, very simple, sir. Here what you can do is so just withdraw. Okay, like here if you want you can check. If you want you can check. Sir, here just observe carefully. Observe carefully here. If option is equal to withdraw, amount I got. Amount I got. If amount percentage 500 500 is not equal to 0, is not equal to 0. What is the meaning of that? Sir, print amount should be multiples of 500. Amount should be multiples of 500. That's all. Okay, 500. Okay, like, sir, now, so you can ask, now you can ask, enter correct amount. Like, what I will take here is, so here, while amount is not equal to, amount is not equal to 0, while amount is not equal to 0, print, sir, here amount is equal to input of, enter amount to withdraw. Like, I'm asking again. Yeah, wonderful. Just a small change, beyond that nothing, sir. Okay, now how many times this one is going to execute? How many times it is going to be executed, sir? If this condition false, then only it will be stopped. When this condition false, if your entered amount is in terms of 500, okay, that's a simple option. Now here, see this, enter name, surname I'm trying to take, D for deposit, W for withdraw, E for like deposit. Okay, 10,000 I'm trying to take. Okay, well, balance after deposit. Sir, withdraw, I'm trying to choose withdraw option. Withdraw, how much amount I have to withdraw? 250 rupees. 250 rupees I'm trying to withdraw. Is it going to proceed or not? Or otherwise, 1250, is it going to proceed or not? It won't accept, it won't continue, because the reason is it is not in terms of 500. Now observe, amount should be multiples of 500. Enter amount to withdraw, okay, 1000 rupees I'm trying to take. Is it going to process or not? Yes. Okay, balance after withdraw 9,000 rupees. Balance after withdraw 9,000 rupees. Like, sir, once you are feeling comfortable with the code, any type of condition you can implement, nothing will be there. Yes, just we have to do a small check, conditional check, beyond that nothing, sir. That's it. This is a small application, what better to practice, so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Any doubt? Respond. First time withdraw, then what will happen? Narendra, same. Whenever we are calling withdraw, first what will happen? It is never going to check, are you, is it first time or second time, already balance available or not. So directly calling to withdraw function, it is going to check, amount is greater than self dot balance. Yes, obviously amount is greater than self dot balance, because balance is currently 0, because first time you are expecting 1000 rupees from 0 balance, so immediately insufficient funds can't perform this operation, like, it is going to execute. Clear, right? Okay, now here, see this one. Here, see, observe that, enter name, surname. Okay, so account created with how much balance? I respond, account created with how much balance? 0. Directly I'm asking about the W option, withdraw, enter amount to withdraw. 500 I'm taking, sir. 500 I'm trying to take. What will happen? Insufficient funds, can't perform this operation. Have you observed? Because 500 is greater than 0, requested amount is greater than available balance. That's why. So immediately insufficient funds can't perform this operation, like we are going to get. Clear? Sheshadri, yes. you can write the logic also. Minimum balance should be 1000 rupees, something like, we can do that. Okay, now if you want to persist this data, okay, now once the program completed, automatically your balance, name, all the things gone. Sir, I want to save this data permanently. Even next time execution, same, next time execution, same balance I have to maintain. The continuation should be there, just like our real bank operations. Then we require to bring a database into the picture. Okay. That's it. Sir, can you please confirm main flow? This is just a class declaration. Okay, main flow observe from line number 20 onwards. Welcome to customer bank. Next, enter your name. So with that name, we are creating a customer object, customer object like we are creating a customer object. Okay, like now while true, okay, it is showing, sir, which option you want to choose. So either deposit or withdraw or exit. Based on that, the corresponding methods we are calling, if it is the invalid option, then again this while loop is going to continue. When this while loop will be stopped, sir, if you choose option E, then only it will be stopped. Narendra, Ramesh. Yeah, Ramnarayan, you can use there only, no problem at all. Okay, that's all. This is just a, we can extend. Next, someone is asking about, sir, this account object I want to store in the file, and then that account object I want to read from the file. Yes, serialization, we can do that, no problem at all. Serialization, we can do itself is acceptable. That's it. Okay, so this is about types of variables. Now let me talk about types of types of methods. Methods like here, how many types of methods are there? Have you remembered, right? There are three types of methods are possible. Anyone, can you please tell? There are three types of methods are possible. Can you please tell? Anyone, can you please tell? Yes, friends. What the first method? Instance method. Instance method. Second one, static method. Second one, static method. Third one, class method. Okay, class method. Like so, this is instance method, class method, and a static method. Class method, and then static method. Like three types of methods are there. I hope majority of the things related to the methods already we covered. Just we will repeat with some more extra points, right? Okay, and after that, how you can, sir, what about inner classes, what about garbage collection? These are things we are going to discuss. Okay, right, sir, b. So just prepare up to this, and then in the next session I will add the remaining things. Clear, right? Okay, so in the evening, the people who are planning for certification, yes, in the evening we will meet for the continuation part. Right, sir, better to practice. Yeah. Today evening already there at 8 p.m. The people who are attending the batch, evening at 8 p.m., 8 to 9 certification batch is going on. Right.